The decision from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals came down just this afternoon. KOIN 6 political director Ken Body is here with the decision and what could happen next, Ken.
Well, the three appeals court judges voted 2-1 to overturn the temporary restraining order from District Judge Karen Immergut. That order preventing the president from deploying National Guard troops to Portland. 200 Oregon National Guard members are standing by at Camp Rylea on the Oregon coast. Another 200 members of the California National Guard are at Camp Withacum in Clackamas. The majority opinion by Ninth Circuit Court judges Ryan Nelson and Bridget Body, both Trump appointees, states, "We conclude that it is likely that the president lawfully exercised his statutory authority, which authorizes the federalization of the National Guard when the president is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States." Now, during oral arguments, lawyers for the administration said they would now immediately seek a stay on Judge Immergut's second temporary restraining order, which bars the California troops from being deployed in Oregon. Governor Kotek had this to say.
I still urge the Trump administration to send all the National Guard members home, both the Oregon National Guard and the California National Guard. I continue to believe, and we have both a local federal judge as well as a dissenting member of the Ninth Circuit saying that the situation does not warrant those deployments.
Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield said if today's ruling is allowed to stand, it would give the president unilateral power to put Oregon soldiers on our streets with almost no justification. We are on a dangerous path in America. Rayfield is joining with the lone dissenting Ninth Circuit Court judge, Susan Graber, a Biden appointee, urging the full Ninth Circuit to act quickly to vacate today's decision by essentially two judges. Judge Graber called the assertion by the federal government that Portland is a war zone, quote, absurd. We haven't heard about any plans for immediate deployments, and the governor says no troops can be deployed unless the second temporary restraining order is lifted. You know, all this could end up being decided by the Supreme Court. And as you know, there is a similar legal battle going on in Illinois right now because the president wants to deploy troops to Chicago.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's important to emphasize we still just don't know when or if troops will be coming to Portland after this.
That is true. There is still some confusion about that.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, well, let's talk about the reaction to all this right now. First, United States Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem responding to the ruling by the federal courts.
That's right. It comes after Noem visited the Rose City earlier this month. Noem saying, quote, another victory for President Trump and the safety and security of the American people. Going on to add the law, U.S. Constitution and Supremacy Clause back the president's action to protect the public and law enforcement. And today, this ruling has vindicated us.